Hello everyone, it's my favorite topic, simplifying compound fractions. Now I hope fractions make you smile, and if they do, you'll be extra happy because not only do we have a fraction here, we actually have a fraction within a fraction. How fun. So let's go ahead and let's tackle A. So A is the limit as h approaches 0 of 1 over 1 plus h minus 1 all over h. Now our general strategy on these problems is going to be to combine these two things to be one fraction. So for example, here we are going to want to make this just one fraction. Here we're going to make this one fraction. So let's go ahead and tackle that for the first problem here. So here, I know that I can only combine fractions when I have a common denominator. So I'm going to have a multiply by 1 plus h over 1 plus h. All right, what does this become? Well, we still have the limit as h approaches 0 of 1 over 1 plus h minus, and then I've got a 1 plus h over 1 plus h, all over h. Okay, so you can think of this as being two fractions with the common denominator, and so we would just be dealing with this right here. So this is going to be equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 1 minus 1 minus h. See what that became? Minus 1 minus h all over 1 plus h over a big H. Well, hopefully this thing here cancels out, and it does. I get left with a 1 minus 1, which is 0, so that disappears. So that's going to be equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of a negative h over 1 plus h divided by big H. Now you should also know that dividing by a value, in this case h, is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So this is going to be equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of negative h over 1 plus h, but then it's going to be times 1 over h. And this is when you get excited because you can see that your h's cancel. And this is really just going to be equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of negative 1 over 1 plus h. Okay, now I'm going to plug in that 0. Plugging in that 0 right there, and I get negative 1 over 1 plus 0 is just 1. So this whole answer is just going to be simply equal to negative 1. There we go. All right, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and delete this stuff. So now let's tackle B. So B is going to be the limit as x approaches negative 4 of 8 over x plus 6 minus 4 all over x plus 4. So we're going to have to take that numerator, and I'm going to multiply it by x plus 6 over x plus 6. All right. Kind of ran out of room last time, so I'm going to try to write this over here. So this is the limit as x approaches negative 4, and I still have an 8 over x plus 6, but now it's going to be a minus, and then it's going to be 4 times x plus 6 all over x plus 6. Just make sure that was right. So I'm having negative 4 times all this, and then it should be over 1. So 1 times that is. So that's in good shape. All right, now I still have all over x plus 4. Can't forget that. And now it's time to just combine these fractions in the numerator. So this is going to be the limit as x approaches negative 4 of 8 minus 4x minus 24 all over x plus 4. So this becomes the limit as x approaches negative 4. Well, 8 minus 24, that is, just double checking here, minus 16. So that gives me a minus 4x minus 16 all over x plus 4. Now this is really good because this is going to be factorable. So this is going to be the limit as x approaches negative 4. Negative 4 times x plus 4 all over x plus 4. The x plus 4's cancel, and I don't even have anything left to plug into. This is just going to give me a negative 4 as an answer. Yeah, I know that these are hard, but we certainly can tackle this. Let's do one more. All right, on C here, you can realize that we are actually trying to combine the fractions, sorry about that, the fractions in the denominator. So I'm going to have to multiply that negative 1 by x over x. So what does that become? Well, that's going to become the limit as x approaches 2. My numerator stays the same. And I'm left with 2 over x minus x over x. And if you're confused about that fraction multiplication, you could just write this as negative 1 over 1, or just minus 1 over 1, and you would be doing negative x times 1 over x, right? All right, so what does this become? This becomes the limit as x approaches 2 of 2 minus x over, and then my numerators become 2 minus x divided by x. Okay, remember when we divide by a fraction, it's the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So this is going to be equal to the limit as x approaches 2 of 2 minus x times x over 2 minus x. Because I just took this and I made it the reciprocal. So then the 2 minus x's cancel, and I'm left with just x. Plug that 2 in, and you get equal to 2. That's it. So I know that the math is hard behind this, and because it's dealing with a lot of fractions, but hopefully the concept to you makes sense. Essentially, we are finding where there's a fraction. We're finding where there's a fraction, and we're going to take it so that these two things become one fraction, and then we end up canceling out. Same thing is true for all the other problems here. Thanks for watching.